Me and the lads have just had a meeting at the bar and decided that it's first-class family entertainment. But if it goes on 10:30, it's self-indulgent. Pass it on. I'm alone tonight. Don't mind if I join you?
Hello, Bird.
Where's Higgs?
I'm standing in.
Where's Higgs?
Every time.
What?
It is as if we only existed one at a time, combining to achieve continuity. I keep space warm for Higgs. His presence defines my absence confirms his presence precludes mine. When Higgs and I walk down this aisle to claim our common ground, the oceans will fall into the sky and the trees will hang with fishes.
Where's Higgs?
The sight of me with a complimentary ticket should be enough. The streets are impassable tonight, and the country rises, the cry going up from hill to hill. Where is Higgs? Perhaps he's dead at last, or stuck in a lift somewhere, or succumbed to amnesia, wandering the countryside with his trouser cuffs stuffed with ticket stubs.
Yes. Well, I didn't bring Myrtle tonight. Didn't think it was her cup of tea, I thought, tonight.
Over her head, you mean?
No, it's a bit of a thriller, isn't it?
Is it?
That's what I heard. Who killed thing? No one will leave the room.
I suppose so. Underneath.
Underneath? It's a whodunit, man. Look at it. Has it started yet?
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's a pause.
You can't start with a pause. If you want my opinion, there's total panic back there. Where's Higgs tonight, then?
It will follow me to the grave and become my epitaph. Here lies Moon, the second string. Where's Higgs? Sometimes I dream of a revolution, a bloody coup d'etat by the second rank. Troops of actors slaughtered by their understudies. Magicians sewn in half by indefatigably smiling glamour girls. Cricket teams wiped out by marauding bands of 12 men. I dream of champions chopped down by rabbit-punching sparring partners, while eternal bridesmaids come and ravage the bridegrooms over sausage rolls. Parliamentary private secretaries plant bombs in the minister's humber. Comedians die on provincial stages, robbed of their feeds by mutely triumphant stooges. And march! An army of assistants and deputies, the runners-up, storming the palace gates when the second son has already mounted the throne, having committed regicide to croquet mallet. Standings of the world! Stand up! Sometimes I dream of Higgs.
Have a chocolate.
What kind?
Black magic.
No thanks.
I'll give you a tip, then. Watch the girl.
You think she did it?
No, the girl. Watch her.
What girl?
You won't know her. I'll give you a nudge.
You know her, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I beg your pardon?
For God's sake, Moon. You could do yourself some good spotting her first time out. She's new from the provinces, going straight to the top. I don't want to put words into your mouth, but a word from us and we can make her.
I suppose you've made dozens of them like that.
I'll have you know that I'm a family devoted to my homely but good-natured wife. And if you're saying
No.
a man of my scrupulous morality,
I'm sorry.
falsely dismissed.
Is that her?
Don't be absurd. Wouldn't be seen with the old. Ah, Mrs. Drudge the Hell.
Program for a special police message. The search still goes on for the escaped madman who was on the run in Essex. County police, led by Inspector Hound, have received a radio report that the man has been seen in the desolate marshes around Muldoon Manor. The man is wearing a lightish suit with potentially a white shirt. He is of medium height and build and youngish. Anyone seeing a man answering to this description and acting suspiciously is advised to phone the nearest police station. That is the end of the police message.
So that's what they say about me, is it?
What?
Oh, I know what goes on behind my back. Snickers, slanders, hole in corner and window. What have you heard?
Nothing.
Tittle-tattle, my dear fellow, tittle-tattle. I take no notice of it. The sly envy of the scandal mongers. I can afford to ignore them. I'm a respectable married man.
Incidentally,
Lot off a duck's back, I assure you.
who was it I saw you with last night?
How dare you? How dare you? Don't you come here with your slimy insinuations. My wife, Myrtle, perfectly understands that a man of my critical standing is obliged occasionally to mingle in the world of footlights.
I'm sorry.
I find it simply intolerable to be vilified and pilloried in the stocks of common gossip.
Can I have a chocolate?
What? Oh, yes, my good fellow. Let's have a chocolate. Which one do you fancy? Cherry, strawberry, coffee cream, Turkish delight?
All of Monte Lamar.
Sorry.
Gooseberry fondue?
No.
Pistachio fudge? Hickory nut praline? Chateau Nif de Pop 55 crackle?
Afraid not. Caramel?
Yes, sure. Why not?
Thanks very much. Incidentally, you chap, I'd be grateful if you didn't mention. You know how these misunderstandings come about.
What?
The fact is, Myrtle simply doesn't like the theater.
By the way, congratulations, Bird Boots.
What?
At the Theatre Royal, your entire review reproduced in neon.
Oh, that old thing.
You've seen it, of course.
Well, I was passing.
I definitely intend to take a second look once I get the chance.
Matter of fact, I have a few color snapshots. I don't know whether you want to.
Please, love to. Awfully sound.
Lovely.
All I ever got was unforgettable at the. What was it?
Oh, I know. Was that you? I thought that was his.
Hello, the drawing room of Lady Molden's country residence one morning in early spring. Hello, Whom? Whom did you wish to speak to? I'm afraid there's no one of that name here. This is all very mysterious, and I'm sure it is leading up to something. I hope nothing is amiss, for we hear that Our Lady Molden and her house guests are cut off from the world, including Magnus, the wheelchair-ridden half-brother of her ladyship's husband, Lord Albert Molden, who 10 years ago went out for a walk on the cliffs and was never seen again. Should a stranger enter our midst, which I very much doubt, I will tell them that you called.
Hello there. I'm Simon Gascoigne. The door was open, so I wandered in. I'm a friend of Lady Muldoon, the lady of the house, having made her acquaintance through a mutual friend, Felicity Cunningham, after moving into this neighborhood just the other day.
I'm Mrs. Drudge. I don't live in, but I pop in on my bicycle when the weather allows to help in running of this charming yet somewhat isolated Molden Manor. Judging by the time, you did well to get here before high water cut us off for all practical purposes from the outside world.
Yes, well, I took a shortcut over the cliffs and followed one of the old smuggler's paths through the strangely inaccessible swamps that surround this strangely inaccessible house.
Yes, many visitors have remarked on the topographical quirk of this little strata, where there are no by-leading roads to the house, but there are ways into it, weather allowing.
Yes, well, I must say, it's a lovely day, so far.
But the cuckoo beard is in bud, and it'll be thawed before the sun has lost its fridge.
I say, it's wonderful how you country people really know weather.
No weather what?
Yes, it does seem to be coming on a bit foggy.
Fog is treacherous around here. It rolls off the cliffs without warning, shrouding the mountains in a deadly mantle of Lion's Man's bluff.
Yes, I've heard it said.
I've known a whole weekend where Molden Manor, as this lovely estate is called, might have been floating on pack ice for all good fun the police would have done.
Yeah,
It was on such a weekend that Lord Albert Molden, who had just brought his beautiful bride back to the home of his ancestors, went out for a walk on the cliffs, and his body was never found.
yes indeed. Poor Cynthia.
I believe his name was Albert.
Yes indeed. Poor Albert. But tell me, is Lady Muldoon about?
I believe she's on the lawn playing tennis with Felicity Cunningham,
Felicity Cunningham?
A mutual friend, I believe you stated. I will tell them that you've called.
Please don't disturb them. I really should be off.
But Lady Felicity would be disappointed. We haven't had full from Haunted Bridge in a while, and I don't play cards myself.
There's another guest then.
Major Magnus Mulder, the crippled half-brother of Lord Albert Mulder, who just showed up out of the blue from Canada just the other day, completes the house party.
I think I must be waiting for Higgs to die.
What?
Half afraid that I will vanish when he does. I wonder if it's the same for Butler.
Hello? Who?
Third string.
You're stand-in.
To whom do you wish to speak?
Does he wait for Higgs and I to write each other's obituaries? Does he dream?
There is no one of that name here.
What's he like?
Bitter.
No. What's he like as a critic? What's Puckridge like as a critic?
Nobody knows.
You must have got the wrong number.
There's always been me and Higgs.
Dog program for a special police message. The search still goes on for the escaped madman who was on the run in Essex. County police, led by Inspector Hound, have received a report that the man has been seen in the desolate marshes around Muldoon Manor. The man is wearing a lightish suit with possibly a white shirt. He is of medium height and build and youngish. Anyone seeing a man answering to this description and acting suspiciously is advised to go to the nearest police station. That is the end of the police message.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I think my name is seldom off Puckridge's lips.
Yes.
Does he wait for Higgs and I to write each other's obituaries? Does he dream?
Yes. Yes.
Already in the opening stages, we note the impact of the catalytic figure, the disruptor, sending shockwaves and stripping these comfortable people, these crustaceans in the rock pool of society, stripping them of their shells and leaving them as the trembling, raw meat, which at heart is all of us. There's more to it than that.
I agree. Keep an eye on Magnus.
Out! I say!
That's the one.
Yes, hello again.
What are you doing here?
No doubt you're surprised to see me.
Honestly, darling, you really are extraordinary.
Yes, well, here I am.
You must have been desperate to see me. I mean, I'm flattered, but couldn't wait till I got back.
There is something you don't know.
What is it?
Look, about the things I said, it may have been that I got carried away a little. We both did.
What are you trying to say?
I love another.
I see.
Oh, I didn't make any promises. I merely...
You don't have to say anymore.
Oh, I didn't want to hurt you.
Of all the nerve!
Well,
You think you could barge in anywhere, whatever I happen to be doing.
But I want you to know that my admiration for you is sincere. I don't want you to think that I didn't mean those things. I said...
I'll kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne!
It was her who told you straight to the top.
Yes, what is it, Mrs. Rudd?
I've come to set up the card table, sir.
I can't stay.
Oh, but Lady Cynthia will be disappointed.
She knows I am here.
Yes, I told her. It put her in quite a tizzy.
Really? Quite a tizzy. Well, I suppose now that I've cleared the air, quite a tizzy, you say. Really?
Felicity! She's the one.
Nonsense. Red herring.
No, I mean it was her.
What was?
That lady I saw you with last night.
Are you suggesting that a man of my critical standing would trade his pen for a mess of pottage simply because in the course of my profession I happen to have struck up an acquaintance, that is, a warm regard for a fellow toiler in the vineyard of grease pigs?
I never implied.
I find it simply intolerable to be vilified and pilloried and... Well, ladies, man. Why, me and Myrtle have been together now for... Christ, who's that?
Simon, Lady Muldoon.
No. Who is she?
Cynthia.
Don't say it for a moment. Just hold me.
She's beautiful. A vision of Eternal grace. Oh,
I think she's got her mouth open. Stop! We can't do a meeting like this.
We have nothing to be ashamed of.
No, this is madness.
Yes, I am mad with love for you.
Please remember Albert.
Albert's dead. Do you understand me? He is dead.
No, I'll never give up hope. Let me go. You're not free.
We were meant for each other. Had we been meant in time?
You're a cat son. You'll use me, cat and you cast aside so many others.
You can make me a better person.
So ruthless, so strong, so cruel. The son she never had now rejected into this charming stranger and turned into lover. The youth, the vigor, the animal, the athlete in that feet, breaking down the barriers to the deepest level of desire.
by Jove, you're right. She does have her mouth open.
Oh, can't you see this is madness?
I'll kill anyone who comes between us.
Despotism, Mrs. Judge.
I've come to close the windows, milady. The fog is rolling off the sea like a dead
Yes,
man.
you'd better. It seems as if we're one of those days. Are the cards ready?
Yes, milady.
Could you tell Felicity Cunningham we're waiting?
Yes, milady.
And fetch the major down, will you?
I think I can hear her coming down the stairs right now.
Never had a chance! Man, the wheels! Oh, darling, you're right. I don't blame this. Oh, Simon, say something.
I must say I was frightfully sorry.
How long have you been pedestrian?
Ever since I could walk.
Can you walk now? Thank goodness. Magnus is Simon Gascoigne. What's he doing here? He just turned up. Really? How do you like it here?
I could stay here forever.
So, you're still here. Of course you stay here. We're going to play cards. There's no need to introduce you two, for I now recall that you, Simon, met me through Felicity, our mutual friend.
Yes, Simon is an old friend, though not as old as you, Cynthia dear.
Yes, I haven't seen Felicity since.
Last night.
Indeed. Well, Felicity, you did. Simon the sofa. Matthew, so you just Felicity and Simon.
You and Simon always compared against me, Cynthia.
Oh, what do you mean?
You're a damn attractive woman, Cynthia.
Please remember Albert.
Albert is dead, Cynthia, and you're still young. I'm sure he would have wished that you and I.
This is not to be.
It's that Gascoigne, isn't it? I'll kill him if he comes between us.
Friend.
Right, who starts? I do, no Ben. Matt, don't you see yourself Felicity as the next time?
Did I? Yes, quite. Your turn, Felicity.
I've had my turn, haven't I, Simon? Now it seems it's Cynthia's turn.
That's my trick, Felicity, dear.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, Simon.
Yes, I've heard it said.
So I hope you've not been cheating, Simon.
No, Felicity, it's just that I hold the car.
Well done, Simon.
Strange how Simon appeared in the neighborhood from nowhere. We know so little about him.
It doesn't always pay to show your hand.
Well done, Simon.
I hear there's a dangerous madman on the loose.
Simon?
Yes, sorry.
Yes, personally, I think he's been hanging out on the deserted cottage in the cliffs.
Flush.
Never Simon, you look sin tonight.
We shall see. The night is not over yet, Simon Gascoigne.
So, you're the crippled half-brother of Lord Muldoon who turned up out of the blue from Canada just the other day, are you? Took you a while to get here. What did you do? Walk? Oh, I must say I'm just frightfully sorry.
Care for a spin around the rose gardens?
No, Magnus, I must speak with Simon.
Around, I think, Major.
You think so?
Yes, Major, I do.
You know, there's an old Canadian proverb handed down from the Blackfoot Indians which goes, he who laughs last laughs longest.
Yes, I've heard it said.
Simon.
Well, I think I'll go and oil my gun.
Simon, what's between you and Felicity?
No, it's over between her and me. It was only a fleeting, passing thing we had, but now that I've found you...
If I find you have been untrue to me, if I find you have falsely seduced me from my husband Albert, I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne. around, the old Vic in his opera cloak and passes me the tact.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
It's not that I believe I'm a better critic.
I feel my whole life changing.
I am, but it's not that.
Oh, the world will laugh at me, I know.
It's not very much in the way of choose to step into.
Call me an infatuated old fool.
They are not.
Condemn me.
He is standing in my light, is all.
Betrayer of my class.
An almost continuous eclipse, interrupted only by the phenomenon of moonlight.
I don't care, I'm gone.
And I dream
The blue angel all over again.
of the day his temperature climbs through to the top of his head,
Ah, the sweet madness of love.
the spasm on the stairs,
Farewell, Myrtle,
dreaming of the stair he'll never reach.
for I only live but once.
Sometimes I dream that I've killed him.
What?
What?
Yes, a brilliant performance, a collector's piece.
A very promising debut. I'll put in a good word.
It would be as hypocritical for me to withhold praise on grounds of personal feeling as to withhold censure.
You're right. Courageous.
Oh, I know what they will say. There goes Birdboot buttering up his legs.
Ignore that.
But I rise above them. The fact is, I genuinely believe her performance is one of the summits of contemporary theater.
Fetching. That's the word.
The part is written as a mere cipher, but she manages to make Cynthia a real person.
Cynthia?
And should she come to meet me after the show for a drink, simply by way of thanking me,
Well, you fickle old bastard!
are you suggesting? Shaping up quite nicely now.
Oh yes, a nice trichotomy of forces. One must reserve judgment, of course, until the confrontation. But I think it's pretty clear where we're headed.
I agree, it's Magnus a mile off.
What's Magnus a mile off?
If we knew that, we wouldn't be here.
Let me at once say that it has elan, but at the same time avoiding éclat. Having said that, and I think it must be said, I am bound to ask, does this play know where it is going?
It seems open and shut to me, Moon. Magnus is not who he says he is, and he's got his next victim marked down.
Does it, I repeat, declare its affiliations? There are moments, and I would not be prejudiced, where the play, if we can call it that, and I think on one balance we can, aligns itself uncompromisingly on the side of life. Je suis, si we say, ergo sum. But is that enough? For what exactly is this play concerned with? It is what I would refer to as the nature of identity. I believe you're entitled to ask, and here one is reminded of Voltaire's cry, voila! I believe you're entitled to ask, where is God? Who? God. God? I believe you're entitled to ask.
Hello? Same thing later that evening? There's no one of that name here. Goodbye. White or black, lady?
White, please.
White or black, miss?
White, please.
White or black, major?
White, please.
Sugar, lady?
Yes, please.
Sugar, miss?
Yes, please.
Sugar, major?
Yes, please.
Biscuits, lady?
No, thank you.
Biscuits, miss?
The second act, however, fails to fulfill the promise.
If you ask me, there's something funny going on.
Police message. Essex County Police are still searching in vain for the madman who was at large in the deadly marshes of the coastal region. Inspector Hound, who is masternauting the operation, is not available for comment, but it is widely believed that he has a secret plan. Meanwhile, police and volunteers are combing the swamps with megaphones, shouting, "Don't be a madman, give yourself up." That's the end of the police message.
Where's Simon?
Who?
Simon. Have you seen him?
No.
Have you met him?
No.
Yes, there's something recording in the air. It is as if one of us.
Oh, please, Felicity. The houses of the Tentacles are practically on the doorstep.
I don't
get
know.
it.
It's just a feeling.
It's only a fog.
How would ever make it through on a day like this?
Fog!
He means the inspector.
Is he bringing it all?
Not that I know of.
Yes, never make it through the swamps. I'm afraid the madman can show his hand in safety now.
What's that? It sounded like the cry of a gigantic hound.
Told you.
Yours is again.
It's coming this way. Hi.
Inspector Hound.
Lady Muldoon?
Yes?
Perfect. I came as soon as I could. Where shall I put my foghorns and swamp boots?
Mr. Judge will take him out. Be prepared for working on a half day. Have a resourceful inspector.
Yes, it'll take more than just a bit of weather to keep a policeman from his duty.
Oh, Inspector. Felicity Cunningham, Major Magnus Mulder.
Good evening. Well,
Sorry.
well,
No, do go on.
thank you. Well, give it to me in your own words. Begin at the beginning and don't leave anything out.
I beg your pardon?
Fear not, you're in safe hands now. Oh, I do hope you haven't touched it.
I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
I'm Inspector Hound.
Yes.
What's it all about?
I really have no idea.
How did it begin?
What?
The thing.
What thing?
The trouble.
There hasn't been any trouble.
Didn't you phone the police?
No.
I didn't.
What for?
Well, I see. This puts me in a very difficult position indeed. I'll be alone then.
I'm terribly sorry.
That's perfectly all right.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, of course, you never know. There might have been a serious matter.
Drink?
More serious than that even.
Drink before you go.
No, thank you.
I do hope you find him.
Find whom, madam? Out with it.
I thought you were looking for a lunatic.
And what would you know about that?
It was on the radio.
Huh? Was it indeed? Well, that's what I'm here about, really. I didn't want to mention it. I wasn't sure how much any of you knew. No point in causing a panic, even with a murderer in our midst.
Murder? Did you say?
Ah. So that was not on the radio?
Who has you murdered, Inspector?
Perhaps no one. Yet. Let us hope dearly that we are in time.
You believe he's in our midst, Inspector?
I do. If any one of you have recently encountered a youngish-looking fellow, white shirt, smart suit, hatless, well-spoken, someone possibly claiming to have just moved into the neighborhood, someone who, merely on the surface, seems just as sane as you or I, then now, indeed, would be your time to speak. And don't interrupt, Inspector. Very well.
No, Felicity.
Please, Lady Cynthia, we are all in this together. I must ask you to put yourself completely in my hands.
I can't, Inspector. I love Albert.
I do not think you grasp my meaning.
Is one of us in danger, Inspector?
Didn't it strike you as odd, Mr. Magnus, how immediately upon his escape from my authorities, the madman made a veritable beeline for Muldoon then? It is my belief that this madman bears some deep-seated grudge against someone in this very house. Lady Muldoon, where is your husband?
My husband, you don't mean...
I don't know, but I have reason to believe that one of you is the real McCoy.
The real What? William Herbert McCoy, who, as a young man, meeting the madman in the street and being solicited 6 pence for a cup of tea, replied, "Why don't you do a decent day's work, you shifty old bag of horsemen you are?" In Canada, almost many years ago. Now, our madman was just a mere boy at the time, but he never forgot that accent, and thenceforth carried in his heavy heart the promise of revenge. Is there anything any of you might have perhaps forgotten to tell me?
So the madman has struck! Oh, horrible, horrible!
Indeed. It's just as I feared. Now you all see the sort of wretched man that you are protecting.
I'll have to tell him, Cynthia. Inspector, a stranger of that description has indeed appeared in our midst. Simon Gascoigne. Oh, he had charm, I'll give you that, and he took me in completely. I'm afraid I made a fool of myself over him, and so did Cynthia.
Indeed. And where is this fellow now?
He must be around the house. He couldn't have gotten far in these conditions.
You're right. Fear not, Lady Cynthia. I, Inspector Hound, shall apprehend the man who killed your husband.
My husband? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean.
Everything points to Gascoigne. But who's that? It's your husband.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I tell you, it's not.
Are you sure?
For goodness sakes!
Then who is it?
I don't know.
Anybody?
I've never seen him before.
Quite unlike anybody I've ever met.
Well, dear me, Lady Cynthia, I do apologize. It appears I've made a dreadful mistake.
But what are we going to do?
I'll just phone the police.
But you are the police.
And thank goodness I'm here. The lines have been cut.
You mean?
Yes, we are all on our own and in grave danger.
You mean?
Yes, I believe the killer will strike again.
You mean?
Yes, one of us ordinary mortals, cut off from the world and thrown together by sheer fate, is the murderer. He must be found. Search the house.
Hello? Hello? Anyone about?
Honey, this is where Simon gets it. My God.
What happened, Inspector?
He's dead. Simon Gascoigne, I presume. Rough justice, even for a killer. Unless we assumed this body could not have been lying here since before Simon entered the house. But maybe. Well, there's your answer, I suppose. And now, who killed Simon Gascoigne and why?
Why not?
Exactly. Good riddance.
Yes, getting away with murder must prove to be quite easy considering that one's motive is sufficiently inscrutable.
She needs someone steadier, more mature.
Of course, I still have Papa Rage behind me.
I know of a nice hotel, discreet, run by a man of the world.
And if I could, then so could he.
Breakfast served at one's door and no questions asked.
Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
More talent in her little finger.
An uncanny ear that might have belonged to a Van Gogh.
A public scandal. The queen herself is so far neglected.
Faced as we are with such ubiquitous obliquity, it is hard indeed, and therefore I will not attempt to refrain from invoking the names of Kafka, Sartre, Shakespeare, St. Paul, Benedict, Pinero, Pirandello, Dante, and Raphael Sayers.
Harder still. Harder still if possible.
Neither do I find it easy.
Harder still. And yet, still is.
Hello? Myrtle? I've told you never to phone me at work. What? Last night? Good God, woman, this is hardly the time to. I simply took her to dinner by way of keeping au fait with the world of the paint and the motley. No. Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, I just said yes. No, I can't. Myrtle, I'm not alone. No, she's not. Fine. I love your little pink ears and you're my own fluffy bunny boo. Now, for God's sake, goodbye, Myrtle.
Out!
You? What are you doing here? Well,
Honestly, darling, you really are extraordinary.
yes, well, here I am.
You must have been desperate to see me. I mean, I'm flattered.
No.
Wait till I know that.
No. You got it wrong.
What is it?
Well, you see, I want to call it off.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I have my reputation. People do talk.
I see.
And my wife, I don't know how she got to hear of it, but
You don't have to say anymore.
it's just. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to find out this way. Of all the nerve! But I want you to know that all the things I said shows brilliant promise. I shan't say so. I'll kill you, Miss Simon Gascoigne! Good God!
I've come to sit at the card table, sir.
I can't say for in cards.
Oh, but Lady Cynthia will be disappointed.
You mean she wants to see me?
Yes, I told her. It put her in quite the tizzy.
Yes, well, I do have a bit of a name for the making of reputations. Quite a tizzy, you say. Word boot! Word boot! What the hell are you doing? Nothing. Stop making an ass of yourself. Come back. Look, I see what it seems like, but the fact is, I genuinely believe her performance to be one of the sons of. Darling. Yes, might I just say that your performance. Just hold me. All right then. Let us throw off the hollow pretenses of the gimcrack codes that we live by. Dear lady, from the first moment I saw you,
We can't go to a meeting like this.
I don't care what they say. I love you.
Please remember Albert.
Albert's dead. Do you hear me? Albert is dead.
Let me go. Leave us free.
You mean Myrtle? She means nothing to me. Nothing. She's all blue nylon fur slippers and hot cocoa. Not a spark of creative genius in her whole length body.
You're cat, Simon. You would use me as cat Simon as you cat so many others.
Cynthia, now that I found you.
So ruthless, so strong, so cruel.
Have you taken leave of your tiny mind?
So, we can't go to a meeting like this.
She's right. You stay out of this.
Yes, what's in it, Mrs. Judge?
I've come to close the windows, no lady.
Yes, you bet.
Got your number.
You stay out of this.
It's the finish of you, I suppose you know.
I don't need your two-penny Grub Street prognostication. I found something bigger and finer.
If only it were eggs.
And would you fetch the major down, will you? I think I can hear him coming down the stairs right now.
Oh! Darling! That reckless bastard!
What's he doing here?
You just turned up.
Really? How do you like it here?
Couldn't take it night after night.
So, you're still here. Of course you stay here. We're going to play cards. There's no need to introduce you two. Right now I call it you, Simon.
Maybe to Felicity, our mutual friend.
Yes, Simon is an old friend.
Yes, well, I like to give young up-and-comers the benefits of my ilk. She lacks technique.
Last night.
I'm not talking about last night.
Indeed. Well, Felicity, you deal. Sign on the sofa.
Did you see that? Tried to kill me. Told you it was Magnus. Not that it is Magnus.
Who did it, you mean?
What?
You think it's not Max who did it?
The facts are staring you in the face. He's after Cynthia for one thing.
It's that Gascoigne, isn't it?
Over my dead body.
For God's sake, sit down!
He comes between us.
Simon! I can't. She needs me. I've got to make her whole.
Good night, Gustav.
I do. I'll dummy for a no-good run and double my holding on Seth's queen.
Did I hear you say you saw Felicity last night, Simon?
Well,
Pay 21 to trump my contract.
I'll trump your contract with 5 domino trumps there, and I move Westbrook for the reader with a banker off and a second trick there. Simon?
would you mind doing that again?
I said I'll trump your contract with 5 domino trumps there, and I'll move Westbrook for the reader with a banker off and a second trick there.
And I call your bluff.
Well done, Simon.
Strange how Simon appeared in the neighborhood from nowhere. We know so little about him.
Big pleasure. Randy Upland, Rouge, Edmond, 0.
I know.
I wrote, I bluff.
Twist, bust,
Check.
Snap.
how's that?
Double tongue.
Bingo!
No, Simon, you want in tonight. We shall see. The night is not over yet, Simon Gascoigne.
Red herring. Smell it a mile off. Seen it 1,000 times before. And I've seen you before, haven't I? Strange, there's something about you.
Care for a spin around the rose garden, Cynthia?
No, Magnus, I must be with Simon.
She won't go with you, you know.
You think so?
Oh, yes. I'm a man not without a certain reputation to my name. She's not going to throw me over for a heavily disguised cripple.
You know, there's an old Canadian proverb.
Don't give me that. I tumbled to you straight from the start. You chaps are not as clever as you think you know. Sooner or later, you make your mistake. Incidentally, where was it I saw you? I know I've seen you before.
Simon!
Well, I think I'll do an oil line gun.
Double bluff. Seen it 1,000 times before.
I think Magnus suspects something. And Felicity. Simon, was there anything between you and Felicity?
No, it's over now. I merely flattered her over a drink. Said she'd go far, that sort of thing. Dear me, the fuss that's been made over a simple flirtation.
If I find that you boldly seduce me for my husband Albert, I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne.
What do you think you're doing? You're turning it into a complete farce.
I know, but I can't live without her. I'll turn in my resignation. I know what they will say about me. I'm a goner, I tell you.
We're your friends, your family, your high standing in the world of letters.
I say, what's the matter with you?
Bird boot, leave it alone.
Bird boot?
Come on, what are you doing?
It's Higgs.
What?
It's Higgs.
Don't be silly.
I tell you, it's Higgs.
He's dead.
Dead? Who would want to kill
He
Higgs?
must have been lying there all the time.
What's he doing here? I'm standing in tonight.
Moon.
So it's me and Puckridge now.
Moon.
I swear I did it.
Moon, I got it. I see. I understand. I finally see it all.
My God, what happened, Inspector?
He's dead. That's a bit rough, isn't it? A bit extreme. He had his fault, Simon. He's a fickle old. Who did this and why?
Saying it is about pace, point, width, or originality is simply to say that it does not happen to be my cup of tea.
I do not mean to be blunt, but there's just no getting away from it. It lacks pace, a complete ragdown.
Hysteria is no substitute for eclat.
It lacks a lot.
Some of the cast seem to have given up acting altogether.
I but I fail to see any reason for the shower of filth and sexual illusion foisted upon the unassuming public in the guise of modernity at all costs.
Indeed.
Well, Inspector, is this your man?
Yes. Yes.
It's Simon.
Yes. Or is this some kind of joke?
If it is, Inspector, it's in very poor taste.
All right. I'm going to figure out who did this. I want all of you to return to the positions you occupied when the shot was fired. No one leave the room.
I think we all had the chance to fire the shot, Inspector. But which,
I am not.
but which of us would want to?
Perhaps you, Major Magnus.
What reason would I have for killing him?
Because he was on you. Yes, he told you right from the start. And you shot him just as he was about to reveal that you killed this chap.
What reason would there be for me to kill this chap? Who is this chap? Inspector?
I don't know. Quite unlike anyone I'd ever met. Well,
Inspector,
yes? What is it, dear lady?
happening to enter this room earlier in the day to close the windows, I happened to hear a remark made by the deceased to Lady Cynthia. Vias, I will kill anyone who comes between us.
That's it then. This chap was obviously killed by, Simon.
But he didn't come between us. And who then killed Simon?
Subsequent to that reported remark, I also happened to be in earshot of the remark made by Lady Muldoon. I will kill you, Simon Gascoigne. I hope you don't mind my mentioning him.
Not at all. It's chance remarks like this that we in the force are able to build up our complete picture. It will not be long now, I fancy, and I must warn you that anything you say.
Yes, I hate to tell you. Well, he had me as thrall. But I didn't kill him.
I also happen to be in earshot of a remark made by Felicity Cunningham. In the heat of the moment, of course, but it stuck to my mind, as these things do. I'll kill you for this, Simon Gascoigne!
Ah, the final piece of the jigsaw. I think I am now in a position to reveal the mystery. This man was, of course, McCoy, a Canadian who, meeting Gascoigne in the street and soliciting him 6 pence for a toffee apple, smacked him across the ear with the cry, "How's that for a grudge to harbor, you sniveling little work shy?" Gascoigne bided his time, but in due course tracked McCoy down to his very house, having, in the neighborhood, met an ambitious young girl from the provinces. He was charming and persuasive, told her I have no doubt she would go straight to the top, and her, flattered by his sophistication, taken in by his promises to see her all right on the night, gave in to his simple desires. Perhaps she loved him. We shall never know. But in the hour of her promised triumph, his eye fell on another. Yes, our first lady, Cynthia Muldoon. For the moment he caught sight of her, there was no other woman for him. He was in her spell, willing to sacrifice anything. Even you, Felicity Cunningham. It was only now, meeting him here, that you learned the truth.
There was a bitter argument, which ended with your promise to kill him. A promise that you carried out in this very room at your first opportunity. And I must warn you now that anything you say
It doesn't make sense.
not at first glance, perhaps.
Could not McCoy have been killed by the same person who killed Simon?
But why should anyone want to kill a perfect stranger?
Perhaps he was not a stranger to one of us.
But Simon was a madman, wasn't he?
We only have your word for that, Inspector. In fact, we only have your word for a lot of things. For instance, McCoy. Who is McCoy? Is that his real name? Is there any truth at all of that fantastic and plausible tale of insult inflicted on the Canadian streets? Or is there something else behind this? Something quite unbeknownst to us? Behind all this. Suppose, for a moment, that the madman, having killed this unknown stranger for private and inscrutable reasons of his own, was disturbed before he could dispose of the body, and so, having telephone wires, returned to the scene of the crime to masquerade as Police Inspector Hound.
But I'm not mad. I'm most sure I'm not mad.
Where he met a man, Simon Gascoigne, who recognized the body as a man against whom he held a deep-seated grudge.
But I didn't kill him. I'm most sure.
I give it to you. Are you the real Inspector Hound?
You know damn well I'm not. What's it all about?
Not as much.
I only dreamed. Sometimes I dreamed.
So it was you, the madman, the killer!
It was horrible.
The stranger in our midst.
Yes, we had a shrewd suspicion he would come up here, and he fell right into our trap.
What trap?
See, I am not the real Magnus Muldoon. It was a mere subterfuge. I now reveal myself as the real Inspector Hound.
Puckeridge!
Stand where you are, I shoot.
Puckeridge! You killed Hinton! Burke, you tried to warn me!
Stop in the name of the law.
Ha!
Okay, no more time for that.
So you are the real Inspector Hound.
Yes, and not only that, I've been leading a double life. At least.
You mean?
Yes, I've spent 10 long years, but don't you know me?
You mean?
Yes, it is I, Albert, who, having lost his memory all those years ago, joined the police force and rose his way to the rank of inspector by merit, his past blotted out, until fate cast him back into the home where he had all those years ago brought this beautiful woman as his blushing bride. In short, my dear, my memory has returned and your long wait is over.
Oh, Albert.
Puckeridge! You funny bastard!
Thank you.